Hey guys, Jacob Wayne here, and this is going to be the first tutorial video for this channel. So, I know how all of you were, how I was when I was in middle school, high school. We wanted to get that big bench press, but maybe we didn't know how, maybe we thought our form was off. So, I wanted to make this video a no BS guide to help you all. Maybe there's a little tweak you need to make to your bench press to really help, or if you're injured. We're gonna go over all of that in a timely manner and make sure that your bench is the best that it can be. So, I already did make a video, which is gonna be right here, and it's going to be about what to do on the bench press, meaning the weight you do. So, I pretty much explained very quickly of the pyramid method. So that's pretty much, you start with the bar, about 2 to 3 warm-ups, and then you go to the heaviest weight you can do 5 reps on. On reps 4 and 5, you're struggling to get it up. If you get it up for 5, maybe even 6, then maybe increase it next week. If you only get 4 or 3, then maybe we should stay there. Or if not, maybe decrease it a little bit. So I explained all of that, and if you're having a bad day, heaviest you can for 10. And if you're having a good day, every once a month or two, heaviest you can for 1, which is the max out day. So we're going to go over, in this video, tips and tricks and the form and a real guide to make sure the bench press is perfect in terms of form. Because although this is a compound movement, meaning multiple muscles are going to be involved in this movement. It's not just the chest. Your triceps, your biceps, your legs, your core, your back, everything. It's a compound movement. So because of that, everyone's form on the bench press is going to be a little bit different. Nobody's gonna deadlift or squat or bench the exact same way. So, there are still going to be universal things that are going to help you, that everybody still does. But again, everyone's form is different, but there are still universal tips and tricks that will help your bench press. Okay, so to do perfect bench press, we're gonna go over multiple things. Now, first off, the bench press, you have to make sure that it's a wide bench. Now, I know if you go to a commercial gym, you're probably not gonna have that, and they're gonna be really skinny, which is fine. Not that big of a convenience, but with a bench a little bit wider, like this one, your shoulders are going to be aligned. The perfect bench is where your shoulders are perfectly aligned, which makes everything even. Because even on a commercial gym and you're on a skinny bench, one shoulder might be off, and then you're benching like this, and then one arm might come up before the other, etc. So try to find a wider bench press. If you go to a fancier gym, they'll have one, or if you want to buy a bench like this, you can, but that's rule number 1. Now, also, here's the next step, is your feet. Now, you can have your feet wherever you want, but make sure to try and have your feet below your knees. So cameraman, if you can see here, so let's say I'm benching the bar right here. You see how my feet are my knees are actually above my feet. So make sure that your knees are the furthest thing pointed out from your body, because that's where you're gonna get the driving. When you use your legs, that's what's gonna give you your leg drive. Now, another thing is, it's your choice if you want your feet planted or not. I personally don't. I do my tippy toes on, but it's kind of your preference. I know some guys who, go flat and some guys who don't. It's your choice on that. Another thing is that make sure your feet are even. Even. Meaning, one foot's not way out here, one foot isn't out here. Your feet are even. Try, and if you have to put dumbbells or weights right there to make your feet even, you should. The whole point is to be even. So, once you do that, once your feet are set, you gotta look at the bar. Make sure the barbell is right above your eye level. Eye level barbell, right here. This is exactly where it needs to be. Now, next thing, obviously like I was saying with the bench, your shoulders. Your shoulders need to be back, shoulders back. And you have to make sure they're even. Even. Like this. So, with the shoulders back, feet planted below the knees, this is good. And another thing, cameraman, I want you to see is when you do this, you're gonna make this, which is an arch. Now, it shouldn't be that big of an arch. You should be able to take your hand and put it under right here. That is good. Now, you don't want to be those people who are arching way out here. Butt shouldn't leave the seat. There should be a small arch right here. That's going to create the most power when you bench press. All right, so legs, eye level, and shoulders back. And we got a little arch going, just enough to put your hand under. So everything is feeling good. That's all good. Now, 3 points of contact, meaning the only things touching the bench should be your head, your shoulders / upper back, your butt. That's it. Nothing else should touch it. So, you know, got nothing touching the bench other than your butt, your upper back, and your head. So, now that we have all that done, we're gonna now do the bench. Now remember, always do the bar. Don't ever skip the bar. No one's stronger than a warm-up. So, you're going to go, put your arms on it. There's usually rings on the barbell that are gonna show you where to go. Now, this is where everyone's different. The biggest bench pressers, world record holders in the world go really wide, and that's gonna hit more of your chest when you go wider. If you go closer, like if you go pinky on the ring, or even closer, that's gonna hit more triceps. So it's still gonna hit your chest, but more triceps are involved. So if your triceps are the strongest muscle group on your body, then yeah, go close. Although most world record bench press holders go wide. So we're gonna go wide, index finger on the line here. Very important what I'm about to say. Keep your wrists straight. Now, when you bench press, they're going to naturally curve, but the goal is to not do like this. You don't want your wrists completely laid back like this when you bench, right? Got to keep them straight. Like you're punching the ceiling. Punch the ceiling, okay? Now, you're gonna bring it down to about like the nipple line right here, and then you're gonna press straight up. You're not gonna press like out here, not gonna press out here, straight up. So nipple line, straight up. Now, if you're in a tough set, you can use your leg drive. So you go to your tippy toes and, you know, use some of your leg drive to help you get it up. And then when you're done, put it back. And of course, always get a spotter when you go up in weight if you're going heavier, because, you know, you need to get that extra rep or two. But also, another thing, always use clips on your bench press to help keep the weight stable, so that way you can bench stable, right? But if you are going heavy and you're in a situation where you don't have a spotter, do not put clips. Because let's say you're benching something really heavy, right? You're benching something really heavy and you're getting it up and then you fail. All you do is you just tip the weight over and that tips all the weights off. It's gonna be a little loud, but it's better than dying. So yeah. So last details, other things that aren't necessary but could help your bench. Some people wear a belt while they bench to keep their core like stable. That's not super necessary, but if it helps you, you can. It's just supposed to, the belt helps you keep you tight. You gotta be tight when you bench press. You cannot be loose. Get stable and we go. You know, we don't really get all loose. Second is wrist wraps. If your wrists are hurting excruciating pain and really, really bad when you bench press, then maybe you could put the wrist wraps on. They could add like 5 to 10 pounds of your bench press, but we try not to use wrist wraps because we want our wrists and our joints to get used to the movement, so that way we can continuously bench press and we'll be okay. And obviously elbow wraps too, but those do add like about 20 pounds to your bench press. So always try and do the weight as naturally as you can. That's what I would say. So that way your bones, your wrists, your ligaments can all get used to it, to where you don't have to have, you know, be equipped every time you do the bench press. And other exercises that really helped increase my bench press are dips and weighted dips. My bench press skyrocketed once I started doing those exercises. And obviously you gotta do your dumbbells. That helps the balance and going heavier on that. And other than that, I would bench twice a week and go as heavy as you can for 5. And obviously we have the video there to help you. But other than that, that's how to perform the perfect bench press. That's gonna be it. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. I'll respond to all comments. I will help you. And next video, we're gonna be going over the deadlift.